That's right, it's another late night, which means it's time for another reach into the Just Giggle grab bag. And tonight we're pulling out, ooh, it's in a fancy case. Look at that. Some fingerprint locks. Really fancy case. It's, oh, ooh la la, it's Massage à Toi.
Massage a toi, bro.
Massage à Toi.
All right, how you doing, Dragon?
Okay.
All right, so yeah, we're back with the JGI grab bag. Of course, we last week we covered the big, monumental The Wiseaus, which got a great response from the cast. Katie Marie Garland in particular, Dragon loved what we had to say. She left some really nice comments.
Huh.
Uh, so I think she really appreciated our take on her acting. You know how we kind of like broke down the different Wiseaus of it all in that one. And anyway, so we're back. This one was released a little bit before the Wiseaus, but we're kind of playing catch up here, and hopefully the good folks at JGI have some content moving forward so we can keep the grab bag going. But Dragon, this was released right before I left for my trip, so we decided to just kind of do it afterwards. So here we are. Of course, one of the big notable things about this one is it's one of the first ones that I know of that I can think of that stars Corey Olenick after Corey Olenick's kind of had like a little bit of a renaissance in the public eye thanks to his appearances on the live streams. Like this guy's got a real cult of personality going on in the JGI crowd.
Yeah, man. I love when Corey Olenick pops up in these, especially that the bars are closing sketch again. That spit take, man. It's a brief role, but my God, is it hysterical.
Right.
But
so
yeah, so this was there's a little bona fide here. So this was the new players entered the mix, Tiki. This was directed, written, and edited not by Joshua Thomas for a change. It was done by a gentleman by the name of Mason Hankins.
is this a new guy? Is it new blood?
I want to say so. I couldn't place exact. I couldn't find what he had done with JJ. I mean, he might have collaborated with him in a very kind of behind the scenes capacity, but nothing as major as he's never directed, written, or edited for them before. From what I mean, having gone through all the sketches, I would remember. Oh, it's Mason Hankins from that one time. Nope.
Okay, now I'm just picturing Joshua Thomas and Mason Hankins having like an intense rivalry with each other, and we don't even really know who this Mason Hankins is yet.
Yeah, my instinct is to assume it's new blood that maybe they brought into the fold that they've known from the improv days,
Oh,
perhaps.
you don't wear multiple hats, my friend. I am the only one who can wear multiple hats.
Just imagine this. Okay, imagine this. You have Joshua Thomas in a hat store.
Oh God.
But he's a regular. It's like, oh, Mr. Thomas, hey, come in here, buddy. Yeah, but look what we got for you, the new shipment. Look, it's the new stovepipe. You need one of those, right? So then Mason enters, and he's just kind of like this man about town, just kind of walking in all confident, running for Josh. He's like a slow motion, kind of like almost kind of the good, bad, and the ugly kind of eye
God.
there, and just like just looking, just conveying, yeah, move over off your little pedestal, Josh. Just drops like $100 on the counter. Give me the best hat you got in this place.
Oh God. All right, Dragon, it's official. I think we've set up like kinetically in the JGI universe that these two have an intense rivalry.
I'm gunning for you. I'm gunning for you, mijo.
Oh God. All right.
Anyway.
Wow.
All right. Anyway. So so this was teased up a little bit while we were all in wait for the Wiseaus as well. I remember this was kind of told like, hey, in the Discord they kind of posted like, hey, look, there's going to be a sketch with Corey, myself, and Katie. Yeah. And I wonder what that sketch is going to be, and now we know. All right. So all that said, let's just dive into it.
Okay, let's do it. So we see our two bro-chachos just returning from the gym. We have what are their names? Frankie and Larry, right?
Yes, we have Frankie and Larry. Now this is fun. Joshua Thomas confirmed this for me. So see, I thought Frankie was a reference to Hardcore and Joker was the real world, and it is, but importantly, they switched it. So Corey Olenick is not Frankie in this. He is Larry, so they wouldn't do yet another character where he is Frankie. So Corey is Larry, and Josh is Frankie. So that's to avoid the Frank comparisons there. So Larry, again, very broy, very Boston-esque, kind of like Boston adjacent, if you will. Kind of as broy as it gets. Larry gives Frankie a ride home from the gym, presumably. A little masking up, a little PSA there. They're masking while they're going outside and everything. They're coming on in. I can't remember if here's the thing, because they hang out so often. A part of me just kind of wants to assume that Corey and Josh are practically kind of roommates as is.
Oh man, I don't want to assume, but yeah, it seems that way. At the very least, they like hang out all the time.
Yeah, that's the thing, especially during the lockdown at all. He's come by, and I assume maybe there's like I don't know. He's at the very least he's there often. To the point that they're practically they're kind of spiritually roommates, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, so these two guys, they kind of have a what I best describe as they sort of have a moment like that scene in Step Brothers. They sort of have like, do we just become best friends?
Oh
moment? Where we kind of have some exposition to establish kind of this that they're very manly gym buddies. This kind of manly man gym buddy bromance has happened where where they're talking like like. You like the Joe Rogan podcast, so do I. And Tony Hawk basically saying simultaneously.
Okay, I have something to say about this Tony Hawk thing, man, because I can relate to it on such a deep level. Oh man, bonding with people over Tony Hawk Dragon, that cuts deep. That cuts like deep into my childhood, man. I can't even tell you.
The best Tony Hawk memory I have is that Rocket Power episode.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. Did you ever play the game?
I played one of the games. I did not like it, but I played one of the games.
Okay, so you don't know the Goldfinger song they're talking about?
Probably not, no.
It's called Superman.
Mm.
But yeah, just the whole like Tony Hawk, Pro Skater 1 and 2, HD Collection, Warehouse, Goldfinger only. Dragon, I mean it's just uber specific, but yes, Warehouse, Goldfinger only. That's my jam. That's my jam, Dragon.
Speaking of jams, they're doing kind of this choreographed, like kind of almost like kind of like little arm link dance, like jigga bump
that is like they are singing like the opening notes of that Goldfinger song.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Yeah, very. It's very on. It's very on point.
Okay. Let's see. So they're having a good laugh, and then they're kind of having that "Do we just become best friends?" moment. Like they're like, bro. So I trust you. We trust each other. So then, as Larry's kind of using some deodorant, Frankie offers to show Larry his gun. Now, this is my favorite part. Okay, so my favorite part of the sketch is Corey Olenick is killing it in this sketch, man. I love he's really bringing the delivery on kind of this reactionary performance of these two knuckleheads, where it seems like
a perfect reaction, and then from the reaction we just get a great kind of like him going along with it.
It's almost like almost like a Sopranos moment of like they're kind of bonding over something that's kind of violent and treating it for lightheartedly. It's like, yeah, you want to see my gun? It's like, you got a gun? Yeah. Anyway, so it's like again, Corey's delivery. They're like, yeah, here. I'm sorry, the way Corey says here. I just love the way he says here. Like, yeah, here. Let's find out.
Oh God. And so I love the sound editing in here. We get a nice little like gunshot that transitions us into the next scene.
Now you know me, Tig. I'm a gadget nut, so I really do love these sort of scenes. I'm all about those cue scenes from the James Bond movies. I'm all about like let's show off. Like the moment it had a clip, man, I was like, oh yes. So we bring out essentially it's like kind of a Volt, almost gun case-esque sort of thing here, where we open up into like this. Oh man, it's such a sexy reveal of this massage gun. So we open it and then we see, oh god, it's got the foam and everything, the shaping, and oh god, it's perfect. Anyway, so we open it up and it's like it's a massage gun. And then again, Corey coming in for the save here. Is it loaded? The moment he said, "Is it loaded?" I was laughing my head off. And then we have the great, the great like little battery clip you load
he puts in the battery,
like as if it were like a magazine for a gun. Is it loaded? It is now.
Oh God!
So that's okay. So this is
gonna happen, bro.
So this is my whole phase. So all this is my favorite part of the sketch, and then things get a little complicated for me. So I love all that, and then we have just this great kind of moment of tension. So, oh, guys, got a loaded, like, two idiot kids playing with a loaded gun. As if it's got like, hey, watch it, trust, and then just like massages like Corey's like sternum or something, like shoulder, I don't know, like upper area there,
like the lower neck area.
Yeah. Anyway, so you're like it's kind of undulating. It's like it's kind of like it's jostling his voice.
Oh yeah, bro.
Yeah. So then, basically, they end up, kind of using the gun on each other a little bit there, and then basically they offer to do each other here, which,
hit me with it, bro.
Yep. I love. By the way, just with I want to talk about Josh Fernandez's performance here before we go further. I love that. Tell me if this sounds crazy. I think Josh, because we know he's been digging into the sitcoms of late and the kind of the old school comedy. I think because of the bromance, because of the iconic kind of friendship they're kind of going for here. I think he's emulating Ralph Cramden and kind of the Fred Flintstone archetype, the kind of the voice that he's doing here, sort of like kind of the superior of the two, who's basically the idea man of the group, of the buddy.
Yeah, no, I could see that. Yeah, and then Corey's kind of just like the Barney Rubble, kind of just going along for the ride.
Exactly. So, like the moment, like this line here that he says, it sounds so like kind of quintessential Ralph Cramden or Fred Flintstone. I mean, well, better words never been spoken. Like that sounds like Barney. How could this possibly fail?
That delivery is very sitcom-esque. That specific line.
Exactly. So anyway, so then things get a little weird.
All right, I'm a fan of this montage, so we can agree to disagree here.
I mean, I'll admit here's the thing, it's well done.
Okay, first of all, Dragon, I think one of the things that that really makes me appreciate this montage is the fact that they put in the behind the scenes, and you can just, from that little snippet of the behind the scenes, you could just tell how much damn fun they were having filming this. Like, this must be just blast to shoot. So I don't know. I give it a lot of credit. I think it's pretty funny.
So they put on this "Do Not Disturb" sign, essentially, which is I'm watching TED Talks. Don't bother me. So then we have this silly sequence that goes on. For me, a bit long. I think the time. Here's the thing. I don't mind the gags. Honestly, the payoff that comes after this is a little more funny to me, and I just feel like this is like it seems fun, but
it's like a 3-act. You know what I mean? Like, this is the second act. Like, the first act is setting this up, and then the third act is going to be adding a wrinkle to it. It's like a rule of threes. That's how I see it.
Maybe, but I'm gonna. Well, I'll wait. I'll get to it later.
Okay.
So anyway, point being, we have this sequence where the two are kind of measuring each other. They're massaging each other.
Whoa. Hold on there, bro.
Yep, sorry.
No, it's all good.
They're massaging each other. So I couldn't read my own handwriting for a second. Anyway, so
I love how Corey just swiftly takes off his shirt, and then Josh, he's like, he has to have 2 different shots for him to take off his hair tie.
Yeah, I'm doing like kind of like almost like the Charlie's Angel thing, where he's like doing like the hair. Like,
Josh, you know what? I'm giving you credit, man. Your hair is looking rather Fabio-esque. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but man, you've got a look and you're committing to it.
Yeah, so Corey's ditching the shirt, Josh is ditching the man bun. And of course, out of context, there's a lot of fanfic territory going on here too.
Oh my god. Well, I mean, let's face it, Dragon. These two are kind of like the ultimate JGI ship.
Pretty much.
If there was a JGI Tumblr, these two would be at the top of it.
I don't know. I might be on kind of the Mark Sipka and Joshua Thomas side. I don't know.
Oh boy! All right. I'm gonna tell Mark you said that the next time we talk.
I'm just saying they were there in the beginning. They had Jackie, man. Nothing's gonna be.
All right.
Nothing's beating Jackie and my 2 brothers. The brothers Jackie, darn it.
I feel like if we're talking like a ding, marry, kill here, like Mark would be the marry and Corey would be the ding.
Oh God. Wait, who would be the kill? Oh, you're not killing Ponzio, are you?
Oh, I was. Oh.
You're killing Ponzio. You can't kill Ponzio. How could you kill Ponzio? You put a ring on that Ponzio, darn it, like he did.
Christ, all right.
He did recently.
Okay, well, you can't deny that Corey's a great ding, so are we killing Mark?
Well, I don't want. I'm not. Don't put the gun in my hand. I ain't gonna. Anyway,
All
and
right,
Frank's
wow,
already
that went
dead
off the
technically.
rails.
Anyway,
Jesus. You see what you did to us, Joshua, with all your homoeroticism?
yep, you kill. Oh God. Anyway, okay, refocusing here a little bit. Anyway, so anyway, of course, we have a very non-subtle, suggestive, kind of framing on a lot of this. Frame for a lot of the shots, which again to me a little repetitive after a while. I mean, I don't even think we need as much as we got here.
We
Some of
don't
it,
need as much as we got. I'll agree with you, but like I said, I do think they had a ton of fun filming it, and I do think that all the shots are well composed, and the two of them just, really do kind of play off of each other really well.
then they're doing like they're striking the yoga pose
I
where
don't think it goes on that long, to be honest
I
with
don't
you. It's
know,
like
Tiki.
maybe 5 or 6 shots.
I don't know if you rewatch it. I don't know, it goes on a little long, but anyway. So Larry, we're suspending Larry. Frank is suspending Larry here with his legs, kind of yoga style, as they're using the massager. They're doing the old kicking the legs up kind of shot, which when you really think of that, it doesn't make a lot of sense. But it's just like that. In case people miss the subtext, just All right. So then we have the two men in bed in the afterglow, if you will.
Like I said, I think this is the act 3 of the sketch.
Yeah. And then we have like, that was refreshing.
I
Then
need a
again,
cigarette, bro.
you smoke? No.
No.
All right. So then enters the real star.
KMG.
Yep. Adrian. So Adrian walks in. They're about to see her.
Makes so much sense that her name is Adrian, by the way.
Yep. Basically, Katie Garland doing, I believe, like kind of doing a Boston accent here, doing very Boston girlfriends. Oh my God! I had no idea you were homosexuals. See, at first I thought it was like something even dumber, but like no, homosexuals. That's great. Anyway, so then we have Frankie here spinning it as an ask for a massage à trois.
Massage à trois?
Massage à trois.
Massage à trois.
Okay, now there's a story behind this. Now, I don't even need to
God.
confirm this with Josh because I know this is what happened.
Okay.
All right, so of course I'm a huge Seinfeld fan, and Josh, he's watched a lot of sitcoms. Presumably, there's been some Seinfeldian moments within the JGI catalog, and this is absolutely a really funny Seinfeld pull. There's an episode of Seinfeld called "The Switch." Now, this episode, Jerry is dating, he's dating this girl who has a roommate, but he likes the roommate more, and he wants to kind of switch. But again, it's going to be a hard sell given you're always going to have to deal with the roommate that you've just broken up with, right? So he's talking to George. I mean, how can he achieve the switch, which is an impossibility? George, there's a hilarious montage where they're spending the whole day. It's a really great piece of jazz music plays under the sequence. It's fantastic. Anyway. They spend the whole day they're trying to figure it out, and nothing. Then at the end, George Costanza comes in. I've got it, and essentially he proposes this almost Ocean's 11 plan of here's what we do: you propose a menage a trois, which will offend the current one, but it will mention the other roommate, and that might intrigue her, who's a little bit more lighthearted. You always play it off as a joke, and let's just say things get a little awry after that happens. So this is absolutely a Seinfeld pull, and I loved it.
Okay, gotcha.
Anyway. So initially, so again, our very Boston-y KMG here, she contemplates after the whole massage à trois.
I love this contemplation, and then just like going back to like, no. That's my favorite KMG performance in the sketch, Dragon. That's a great beat.
No, I can't. So then Frankie does the run here. I gotta tell you, when Josh does this run, it is a little George Costanza. Now that I think about it, because he kind of has like a little bit of kind of the stocky build these days.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, Josh has a lot of energy, even though, again, here's the thing. You know what's weird? I just kind of noticed this during the sketch is that take Josh out of the Joker suit, which I'm not saying we should always like lump him in with that, but you look at his performance as Joker and Harley Quinn the Joker versus the real world. There's like he is that character. There's that power there. It's just like you don't really
Yeah, yeah.
notice like the height thing that we play off of Piper Henson all the time with him. But you do something like Robostitude, he has kind of like the stocky kind of George Costanza energy. It just kind of comes out when he does like runs and jumps and leaps like
The man's
this.
a chameleon dragon.
Yeah, that is. Anyway, so he does like kind of the Errol Flynn leap off the bed practically, and he's like, no, baby. And he kind of coaxes her in. I imagine like any massage in this case, coaxes her in, calms her down. Look, it wasn't supposed to be that brought to your attention this way. So it says, well, why don't you just hop in the bed and use the gun on Larry?
Oh God!
And I'll start over here with the foam roller, which I assume the plan is he's just gonna like kind of like do like a yoga thing. So he's gonna roll his back on the wall or roll it
Right,
back
right.
or something. As kind of a rudimentary massage gun, which luckily that's not going to be necessary. Tiki, why is that not going to be necessary?
Because she brought her own.
And I love this. This is a great bit of the Katie Mary Garland acting. Look at this, man. She shifts from like the scared way, like I can't do it. This is crazy. To it's okay. I brought my own.
Taking control of the situation.
Yeah, so confident, man. It's like that shift in personality, just utter confidence is great. And she brought her own. She brings out kind of this travel size, kind of triangular looking massage gun. And of course, but I play rough. And of course, the minute she says that, she like adjusts the speed so it goes even faster. You can hear it even if you can't see it. Going even faster. And
this is just a perfect final note for Josh and Corey. I think just Josh has this kind of like, almost worried look on his face, like hesitantly, like, bro. And then Corey, I think, is more down for it. He's just like, I know.
I kind of read they were both mutually excited. That's fair. I just read the whole list like.
I think Josh is a little bit more hesitant, Dragon. I feel like the gag is that now that Josh has gotten Corey into the whole massage thing, like he's a little bit more hesitant to take it all the way, whereas Corey's just all in.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's the way I read it, at least. I could be wrong.
Well, regardless, we end on an excited note here. Like, bro, I know. So happy. And then we have like the off-screen, like just a big coming there. Like not like I was in pain, just like I was like, oh, the massagey bliss.
Oh man.
And that's the ending.
Yeah, so like I said, we get treated to a little outtake of them doing the yoga pose, and I just think it just looks like such fun. Like I said, I just feel like they had a lot of fun doing this thing, Dragon. I could just kind of feel the energy in the room. Then Joshua Thomas is shilling some merch, even though he's not wearing any of the merch. Bad form, Josh. Bad form.
By the way,
that's true.
I've looked at because of the end of this thing. I did check out the JGI merch, and folks, the JGI merch is definitely worth getting. But I got to tell you, JGI. Here's the thing: people need to get that merch so we can get better merch and get more merch, man. I want more stuff on that merch. Darn it!
I have the Joker shirt.
That's what I'm saying. That's great merch. I want maybe some more Harley Quinn Joker stuff. Otherwise, right now we have like good stuff that's very much what JGI is going on. But I mean, imagine one day we get an upside down
JGI logo shirt. That's the next thing on my list.
Imagine one day if the merch gets popular and we can be able to get more variety in the merch. One day we could have an upside down Poncio shirt.
Oh my god!
Right?
I mean, people would have no idea what it was referring to, but we'd have bragging rights.
I mean, look, Downey Jr. made that Bruce Lee DJ shirt popular. Anything is possible.
God.
I mean, come on.
Oh man. Anyways.
Anyway.
All right. Final thoughts, Dragon.
Your final thoughts for me? I mean, look, I like parts of this sketch, but on the whole, I don't know. Ultimately, this sketch is not bad. It just didn't click for me. It's not one of my favorites. But, here's the thing. I can't fight this feeling deep down. I'm watching this, and when I was watching it for the first time, is that had this been shorter, it may have landed better. Like, the prime example I have is Handsy Man. The Handsy Man seems like that's kind of the model I wish this adhered to more, but obviously we have new blood on this. And we don't have kind of our JGI kind of the usual editor on this, and maybe that's why. Maybe I'm just kind of trying to adapt to it. So maybe that's well, it's not clicking with me. I don't know. It's like because it just feels like Handsy Man is like okay, we have the sell, we have the misdirect, and then we have the punchline. This I feel like we kind of live in that the montage a little too much in the middle. But I mean, what it has going for it, though, Olenick is fantastic in this. Kmart going switch at the end's really fun. It just feels like we're living in the punchline a little too much, I guess. Just living in kind of like that. Just living the whole like, hey, you thought it was. Like we're living in not the punch. We're living in the subtext maybe a little too much. I don't know. It's like, I get the subtext. Says let's get to the awesome punchline next. Let's just yeah. But on the whole, it's fun.
Yeah, I mean, I hear what you're saying. I mean, it's certainly not like one of the top tier all timers in the JGI catalog, but it's nice that they're still making stuff and that, we've got a lot of the crew back together. Three of the big heavy hitters in the crew. And Dragon, I don't know. Yeah, as far as the New Blood is concerned, it's definitely a different kind of editing style, and I think personally, and obviously, like with comedy of all things, comedy is super subjective, so no qualms there. But personally, I think that the runtime works just because I do think that montage, as I pointed out, is just like you can kind of feel the chemistry, and it's a lot of fun, and I do think it's well edited. But I see your point. It could have maybe been trimmed down a little bit, and Handsy Man is certainly a good model to go to. I mean, I love Handsy Man. And Handsy Man, I do think is kind of an all timer. So yeah. But I do think most importantly in this sketch, I think it's a great kind of stepping stone for Olenick to be more of a starring presence in these sketches, and I think that's what we should take away from it.
We do need more Olenick. That's for sure. I want the next phase of JGI to have more Olenick in it. Like I want, by the way, I want more.
I feel like Olenick is like the Ant-Man of the JGI crew.
Exactly. I want more Ant-Man. I want more Olenick.
Yeah. All right, take us out, Dragon.
That does it this time until the next exciting reach into the Just Giggle grab bag.
Da 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 da. Da 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 da. So here I am, getting older all the time, feeling older all the time, getting younger in my mind.